Have you ever seen the water leaking from walls or seepage damages the structure and the paints of buildings even if good PVC pipes were installed? The problem is not always with the pipe, but it is with the installation. Hello and welcome back to another session. Today we are going to discuss why do buildings face leakage and seepage issues. Also, what are the common mistakes that are being executed during the jointing of uPVC pipes? Also, we will learn the standard method for jointing of uPVC pipes. If we calculate the overall expenditures for our plumbing works, it would be around 2 to 3% of the overall cost of the construction. So, always prefer to use the pipes and the fittings that are manufactured as per standard. If you prefer to use the pipes in inches size, always use the pipe that are manufactured as per British standard BS 3505 and the fittings that are made as per ASTM D2466. And if you are intended to use the pipes and fittings in millimeter size, always prefer to use the pipes and fittings that are manufactured as per European standard BSEN 1329. Also, here is another very important thing that needs to be considered before the purchase of your material for your plumbing works. Always prefer to purchase the pipe, fitting and the solvent cement made by the same manufacturer. So a proper joint can be made and the chances of leakage and seepage can be eradicated at the very initial stage. Do not purchase the substandard or non-standard pipes to reduce the cost of your plumbing works, because a small savings for now will cost you much more in the future in the form of repair works. If we investigate the main cause for leakage and seepage, we will come to know that it is very less likely that the pipe cracks that causes the leakage and seepage. In most of the cases, it is because of poor jointing of pipe with its fitting. There are a number of reasons for a poor joint. The first and foremost is if the solvent cement is not properly installed in between the pipe and the fitting surface. That results in micro gaps that can cause leakage and seepage in the future. Another major reason for that problem is the use of substandard or cheap quality solvent cement. Also, we need to ensure that the cutting edge of pipe should be straight. I mean, the pipe must fit in this fitting throughout its socket depth homogeneously. For the proper joint, the first step is to ensure that the pipe cutting edge is straight. It should not cut tilted. The second step is to measure the fitting's socket depth. Here we have a standard schedule 40 3-inch dia pipe and the fitting. So in our case, we have a socket depth of 45 millimeter. So we will mark 45 mm against the pipe. The third step is to apply the sandpaper to the inner side of socket and the outer side of the pipe up to the mark. Here I want to tell you guys, why do we apply sandpaper to our pipe and to our fitting? Actually, the purpose is to remove the shiny surface of pipe and the fitting for proper joint. Now, after the application of sandpaper, we will clean the both surfaces of pipe and our fitting to remove any sand particles. Now we will apply solvent to the pipe surface. And push that pipe into our fitting. We have seen that our joint is made. As we can see, the pipe is fit in our socket up to the mark. Now the final step is to remove any extra solvent that remained on the outer surface of pipe. This is very necessary to remove because if the extra solvent is not being removed, it can damage the pipe surface, because once the pipe is installed outdoors, it will come in contact with the direct sunlight that can deteriorate it with the time, because the solvent made the pipe surface weak by converting it to foaming. So at the end, we need to ensure that any extra solvent that remain on pipe surface should be removed. Once the joint is placed, 10 to 15 minutes is its curing time. During this period, the pipe and the fitting surfaces are making bond, so it should not be disturbed during this period to form a proper bond. I hope you guys find this information to be useful. If you do, consider subscribing to my channel, hit the like button and share it with your friends and colleagues. Until then, take care.